CAGcast episode number 616. I'm your host, CheapyD, here in Long Island, New York. And as always, we're joined by a man who doesn't have the stones to cry at the movies, Wombat.
You took that one from Twitter.
I did. From Wesley.
I saw that.
From Wesley.
Yeah. You got to give that person credit because I read it and made me chuckle. So I'm glad you used it.
Right. Well, you should have been prepared for a witty retort then.
I think that was my witty retort. Hey, you stole that. That's witty. Yeah, something. It made you chuckle. Yeah. It made you chuckle so hard that I bet you peed a little.
There's not been a lot of chuckling going on over here. I can tell you.
No.
There has been a lot of peeing, though. I've peed on fucking everything. Pants,
How's
wall, leg. I mean, everything. Like, just piss everywhere. So in case you didn't follow my action on Twitter, last Tuesday I got a kidney stone. Let's just do the whole fucking story now and then get on with the show.
That's why we're here, for you to do the whole story now.
I'm sweating. So I woke up, this is last Tuesday. I woke up Tuesday morning and I was like, oh, I got to take like a shit or something. Like I feel like a lot of like pressure, like so took my usual shit in the morning. It's like, oh, still got that pressure. And, I have duties in the morning. I have multiple duties in the morning. The one that I make in the toilet, but also I drive Mrs. Cheapy to the train station. Sometimes I drive Ty to school if it's cold out. And I was feeling this pressure in my, in my right side, my lower right side. And I was driving Mrs. Cheapy to the train station and it starts to really, really hurt. Like really hurt. Like I'm being like stabbed back there. And I'm like just sweating while I'm driving. And like, I can tell like all the blood is just draining from my face. I must be just pale. And at that point, and it's a really short drive to the station, but I was like, wasn't sure I was going to be able to make it home, but I did. And I just like got into the bed and I was just like so much pain, rolling around in pain. I didn't know I'm home alone now. I'm just like, I feel like I'm dying. I don't know what's happening. And I remember that Mrs. Cheapy once before had used this video doctor thing on her iPhone when she had some stomach pain and she felt like she couldn't move to see a doctor. So I did that, and the guy was like, "Yeah, it sounds like it could be a kidney stone. You should go to the emergency room. Can you get somebody to drive you or something?" So I called my dad. I don't even really remember calling him because I'm just on the bed now, just rolling around in pain, and I'm just like, "You have to come take me to the hospital." And I just, and then he's like, "Okay, I'm going to come." And I just hung up the phone. So they take me to the hospital. We get to the emergency room. It's a lot of people in the emergency room. And they just, they have you sit down. And there's like a lot of, there's a lot of people waiting. And I just can't even sit down because there's so much pain. So I'm now rolling around on the floor of the emergency room. My parents are both there. I'm not crying, but I'm just like moaning like, I guess somebody with a kidney stone. And my parents were like putting their jackets on top of me for blankets. And one thing I remember was while I was on the floor dying, they called some other woman who was like sitting really close to us. And she was like, can you just take him first? Because he seems to be having a rough one. And they were like, no, because you're going somewhere else. I was going to triage, I think is where I was going. And I don't know where she was going. So I was on the floor for a long time and finally they get you back there. And I remember they gave me morphine and that was good. And I remember
that sounds good.
Yeah, that helped. And I remember them like wheeling me down the hallway eventually to give you a CAT scan for your body. And I must have been pretty high at that point because I remember thinking it was pretty fun getting wheeled down in a bed. They roll you down in a bed. And I'm too long for the bed, like way too long for the bed. So like the people who work in the hospital are commenting how I don't fit in the bed as they're wheeling me down, and I thought it was funny because like I was on morphine. So anyway, turns out I had a very small, I still have it, a small kidney stone, 2 millimeters. They can be much bigger. They can be like easily twice as big or bigger. I can't even fucking imagine because how could, they ask you to describe your pain, to scale your pain from 1 to 10. I'm like 9. just because I wanted to see if I feel tough. If I said 10, they'd think I was a big pussy, probably. So yeah, they basically they sent me home with like a oxycodone prescription, and just like they just say you just got to drink a lot of water, and they sent me to a urologist the next day, and I've just been home basically just drinking water and pissing and shitting, but not much like bad shitting because it's very hard to eat. Like really, yesterday was the first day I was really able to eat much. And it sucks. So I will tell you, and the reason you get these, one of the reasons you can get kidney stones is from not drinking enough water. And it makes a lot of sense because I've been exercising so much this year and I just not really drinking enough water. It's clear, like I never finished my water bottle when I went to the gym. Maybe when I first started, but as I was getting in better shape, I was like, I don't need the water. Like I'm fine. You need water, it turns out. You need a lot of water. So I'm just waiting to piss this thing out now because it's too small for them to really do anything else. But
I can't blast it.
No
lithoscopy.
Yeah.
Because my wife got that done.
Oh, she must have had a bigger one.
She had one that was probably a little bigger than yours.
Right.
And it's funny because I remember everything that you said happened to you.
Yeah.
Basically happened to my wife. The same thing with the emergency room. She wasn't too big for the bed, but the whole thing. And I just remember going through all of that, and it was like 15 years ago.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, it's just like pisses my life now. And I have 3 huge glasses of water here. I will definitely have to get up during the show to piss probably multiple times. So we need like a code word or something. Piss time?
I think you should I think you could just announce what you're doing since you just said what you're going to do. I do think you need to keep the bathroom door open so we can all hear you scream.
I don't think no, it doesn't hurt when I pee, really.
Okay.
Not yeah. And it's weird. Like now it seems most of the pain comes in the morning. And by lunchtime, I just feel shitty, but I don't feel like I'm being stabbed. Does that make sense?
According to Google, where I typed in how long will it take to pass a 2-millimeter kidney stone, they say it takes an average of 45 days.
Oh, awesome!
So you still got a month.
No, but the urologist told me, and I went there on Wednesday. She thought it would be out by the weekend.
Well, maybe she meant the weekend of
right, 2020. I don't know, but I would not wish this on my worst enemy. It's fucking bad. I can't. And the really amazing thing is when I tweeted out that I had this, so many of my followers replied that they've gone through this too. Some of them were going through it right now. So this is like a pretty common yet serious thing that you should do everything you can in your power to avoid.
Yeah. Oh, I remember.
Oh my God.
I remember it very well.
Yeah, and I feel so bad because like
awful.
And of course you have to wait on that person like hand and foot because they can't really do anything. So like I don't like that. Like I have a lot of responsibilities around the house and like so nothing gets done and now I have to have people do stuff for me and like it's just just compounding the shitty physical feeling. You have this like helpless, mental feeling.
That Laura got her kidney stone was also, it might have been the second week we had Zelda, the first dog. So we had a brand new puppy. She was a puppy. She was 3 months old. So I had to take care of a 3-month-old puppy, which I had never done before, and a sick wife in bed who couldn't move.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Yeah.
I think I slept maybe 10 minutes that week.
Right. Yeah. Oh, and I feel so bad for Shima because like she's got to go to work in the morning and there was a couple nights where I'm just like moaning and not sleeping and like there's no way she's sleeping.
Can't you just go to another room? You have a.
I know. She didn't, but she was worried that something was going to happen to me, and then she wouldn't know about it. Like I was going to die downstairs in the guest room.
Yeah, you could just yell for her. She'd hear.
I told. In fact, there was one night we went downstairs because I want to like I don't want to just to sit and be bored, so we went downstairs to watch like Netflix or something. Mm-hmm. And I lasted like a half an hour, and it was too much pain, and I just like. We had some guests last weekend, so the guest bed is still open. Not last weekend, the weekend before. So I just went in there and just basically collapsed onto the bed and Mrs. Cheapy made me come upstairs, and I was like, just leave me down here. Like, just do it. I'm dying. But it was bad. It's bad. So, yes, please, everybody, stay hydrated. It's very, very, very important. I plan on not getting this ever again. So, thank you for all the well wishes to everybody who's like checking up on me and stuff. I appreciate it.
I am not one of those people.
Yes, you are.
Nope.
You are one of the checker-uppers.
I don't know what you're talking about.
My table tennis coach is another one.
It's very nice.
Yes.
He doesn't get paid without it.
Exactly.
Wombat doesn't either.
Exactly.
True. There's just a truth to that statement.
I'm sensing a pattern.
Mm.
A very shallow pattern.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been doing this week. Basically just in bed. I try to get up and walk around a little when I can, but it's just fucking shit show. Can't even play games really because it's too uncomfortable. Although I did
Happy holidays.
I played a little Forza Eliminator, which we'll talk about later.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing about that. I have been playing some Forza as well, but I have not played that mode yet.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so that's pretty much the update. I'm out of my oxycodone, so nobody think that they're going to like break into my house and steal my oxycodone, and I don't have a refill or anything like that. And in fact, I called the urologist to see if I could get more, and she was like, no. She was like,
Actually, you know what? You want to hear a funny story?
Yeah.
When my wife had her kidney stones, she was also prescribed the oxy.
Mm-hmm.
And the doctor wrote on the prescription, because my doctor had doctors have bad handwriting, but
Right.
he had like really bad handwriting.
The people who need to have the best handwriting, because
Yeah.
if something gets misread, it could kill a person. Right. Go on.
and he wrote 16 pills.
Okay.
That's it. Just 16.
No, I only got 12.
Yeah, or maybe it was 12. It could have been 12. Who knows? I think it was 16, but the way he wrote his one,
Yeah.
it looked like a 9.
She got 96 pills.
They gave my wife 96 oxycodone pills.
That's insane.
Oh,
I bet
not
you they
only
wouldn't
was
do
it
that
insane-
anymore. I guarantee you they wouldn't do that anymore.
Oh, I guarantee they would. They probably wouldn't do that anymore. And because, we're just regular people, we're not drug addicts.
Right.
It's good for us.
Right.
That bottle, once she didn't need them anymore, she probably may have taken 5 of them.
Yeah.
And it just sat in our medicine cabinet for like 6 years in Manhattan.
Right.
And we had a dinner party one night,
Uh-oh.
and one of the guests stole the bottle.
Oh, my God. That is bad.
That is so bad.
That's so bad.
Mhm.
I didn't even find it like terribly effective. Like I'm taking like Advil not up the ass, but like a lot of Advil and a lot of.
Now I know why it's not working.
Right. It's not effective. Like I'll take like 2 or 3 Advil and it takes like, a half an hour to 45 minutes to kick in. And then maybe it lasts 2 hours. It's like, great. Like you're drying out my intestines, but like I have like a little bit of pain relief. It's like almost not worth it. Anyway, enough kidney stone talk. Let's move on to the fun stuff.
Mm-hmm. 96 pills on the wall.
That's crazy. The street value of that must be pretty good.
Oh, it was probably insane. And again, we were young and stupid and not.
No, I mean it's good that you didn't.
drug addicts.
It's good that you didn't take them recreationally. It's not. That doesn't seem
Yeah.
like something you should be fucking around with recreationally.
Exactly. And we didn't. And yes, we know who took them. And yes, that person eventually, how do I say this, had to apologize for it.
Right.
Those who know what I'm talking about know what I'm talking about.
Oh. Had to. What? It wasn't me.
So- No, it wasn't you.
I don't know what you.
No.
I don't,
No, the person.
Oh.
They went and got treatment.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Good.
When you go into treatment, you have to apologize. for all the things
God.
you've
Okay.
done.
See, I'm
Yeah. I don't know why Wombat was
right dancing
vaguely
around.
disguising
like,
that. I don't-
Right.
Dancing around it? I don't know. It's not like I mentioned the person by name.
No,
either.
no.
And that's what
It
I
wasn't that at
know.
all. It was like you were, I don't know,
Wow.
Addicts Anonymous there. Just
Yeah, exactly. I'm protecting the double identity.
And that was the last time you invited Ben Gilbert to a dinner party.
Ooh, ouch.
That's what he gets for saying that the Giant Bombcast was his favorite podcast on Twitter.
Exactly. What a jerk.
Yep.
Um,
Slander is what he gets.
So let's do some show feedback.
Yes.
Dr. Trey has to say, I've been listening to you guys for a while, but this is the first episode I felt I had to congratulate you on. The first half hour is comedy gold. I especially like when Wombat said the only reason for giving your wife a Peloton is misogynistic if she isn't fat. I know he was joking, but it was so dry and matter of fact. Everyone else kept going in tacit agreement too. Cracked me up in my car on my commute. Thank you. We tried to be funny. We appreciate when people get our jokes.
Sometimes Wombat's jokes are so obtuse that I don't know that, like, if I laugh at them, like, am I offending somebody? It's better just to let them go, I feel.
I feel like that was an insult, but I'll take it.
No, it was, I honestly don't remember one thing that we talked about in that show. So I'm glad somebody.
We talked about that, and we talked about body razors. There was a lot of people giving their body shaving advice in the show thread.
Oh, right. Oh, and remember when I said, like, all I needed to do is just, like, lose a little weight and you might be able to see some six packs?
So how much have you lost?
Oh, I haven't looked, but I haven't eaten very much over the last week, so it has to be something.
Some soup.
Soup, yeah.
Some soup.
I had some soup for lunch today.
Yeah, see, I'm hip.